Premature ejaculation can have a huge strain on a relationship. And in this video, I'm going to share how both men and women can come together to support one another and overcome this issue once and for all. So make sure you watch this video till the end. Hey guys, I'm Alex Grendy, a men's sex coach here to help you overcome performance anxiety in the bedroom and become the best lover you can be. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on so you can stay up to date with all of my new videos. Right now, we're at 5,000 subscribers and many people comment saying that we should be much bigger than we are. So any likes or shares would be much appreciated. Also, be sure to click the link in the description to get my free training on how you can last as long as you want in the bedroom and pleasure any woman in ways she'll never forget. Okay, now let's jump into this video. Is premature ejaculation ruining your relationship? Premature ejaculation can cause serious problems in a relationship. It can lead to avoiding sex and intimacy, feelings of resentment, a lack of self-confidence, and ultimately splitting apart. A lot of men that I speak to and work with attribute premature ejaculation as the main cause for ruining at least one of their serious relationships. Now, for the women watching this video, it's really important to understand how difficult this issue can be to deal with as a man. Men who experience premature ejaculation often worry about it all throughout their day. It's something that's always in the back of their mind, and this can take a really huge toll on their mental health. To be really clear, it's a lot more serious than you might think. Some men experience depression, feel unworthy of love and relationships, and it can take them to really dark places. So please be mindful and refrain from making any little comments or little jokes about how fast he came, because this is not something that we really forget about. We might try to laugh it off and make a little joke back, but this is something that really burns deep inside of us. And a little comment like this can replay over and over in our head and really make this problem even worse. So women, please be mindful and refrain from making any little jokes or comments, as this can be something that really hurts a man's self-confidence and can be quite traumatizing. Now, on the other side, women, if your man is experiencing premature ejaculation consistently and your needs are not being met, then this is certainly a conversation that needs to be had. I imagine this would be an extremely frustrating situation for you as well, and would often lead to some resentment if you didn't speak about the issue openly. My invitation to women is to be just a little bit mindful and careful and calculated in the way that you do approach having this conversation. This is a conversation that should be had outside of the bedroom and when you're both in a good mood. That way, it's a much lighter, open topic and not something that has any pressure wrapped around it. In my opinion, the best way that you can really approach this really difficult topic to talk about is to first share a little bit about your own experience. And if you can disarm him by saying, you've experienced performance anxiety as well, and sharing a little bit about times where you've been stuck in your head and unable to feel pleasure or unable to have orgasms, or were feeling insecure about your body and sex just wasn't feeling good for you. Men often think they're completely alone in this and that they're the only ones who are experiencing this fear and anxiety during sex. So if they know also that you're experiencing this sometimes as well, it could really make them feel more safe to open up and actually talk about this issue with you. And this also assures him that it's totally normal to experience performance anxiety during sex and that he is not alone in this. This can give him a chance to truly open up his heart to you and let you know what he's really going through. Talking openly about sex and what's been going on can really take the pressure off to finally let go and actually release some of this shame and guilt surrounding this issue. Knowing that he doesn't have to try and hide this anymore opens up the opportunity to really work through it together. Now I want to take this opportunity to shout out two amazing women, Kim and Jess, who both reached out to me individually in the comment section about how they could support their partners in these really challenging situations. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for being such caring and incredible partners to your men. Jess had that uncomfortable conversation, but also shared about her own performance anxiety, and it allowed her boyfriend, Jason, to really open up about this issue and brought it to the surface so they could really work on it together. And by removing all of the pressure around sex, they were happy to report that they were having better sex than they ever had and actually ended up getting engaged, which is just so amazing. And all of this came from was asking for support in the comment section of these free YouTube videos. So thank you, Jess, for reaching out and looking for that support so you could help your partner in the best way you could. And also for encouraging other women who are going through a very similar situation, like Kim. And in your last message to us, just sharing about your engagement and how amazing you're doing, you had shared this support for Kim and encouraging her to not give up and to keep trying to help her man. Kim was someone who reached out as well, and when she tried to have that same difficult conversation, unfortunately, she was met with a lot of resistance, and her partner actually ended the relationship because he felt like he couldn't give her what she deserved. And honestly, this was really hard to hear and a bit heartbreaking, but Kim was someone who is so committed to this man and the love that they had. Even though the relationship had ended, she still wanted to try and help him and support him in the best way that she could. And ultimately, she passed on my contact information to her former partner, and he ended up reaching out months later, and we ended up working together. He joined my 3-month online group program, and the transformation that this man has had has been mind-blowing. He is a completely different person than when he started, and he's so full of life and energy and love, and he's really stepped into his true power as a man. And I'm happy to share that they actually reconnected recently, and I don't want to share too many details, but let's just say my heart is so full and I'm just so happy for them. Now, these two amazing stories happened because of the love and support from these women, Kim and Jess, who did everything they could to reach out and find help, to know what was the best way they could help and support their partners in this specific situation. Thank you both again. You are an inspiration, and I hope all men can find partners as amazing as you two. It's also important to note that both of these men were very reluctant at first. There are walls and there are barriers. So women, don't be surprised at all if it takes some time for the men to process this and have an initial resistance. And men, I invite you to let go of your ego and fully open your heart to your woman and let her know everything and the truth about you and your sexual experience. This might be extremely difficult for you and the last conversation that you ever want to have with your partner, but it will release so much pressure and it will open up the space and give you a chance to work through this together and ultimately deepen your love and connection with each other. Now, the next thing that I would recommend is to really slow things down and remove all of the expectations and pressure around sex. And speak about this very clearly with your partner. And remove all of the expectation, which means no expectation for orgasm or ejaculation or even an erection. And instead just focus on being together with one another, being intimate, and seeing what happens. I would even invite you to set a boundary of not having penetrative sex for a little while until you really ease into it and get comfortable with one another and really release any of that pressure during intimacy. Once you remove the expectations and pressure and there's no longer this need to try and perform, then you can just relax and enjoy and be present with all of the feelings and sensations in your body while you're experiencing this intimacy with your partner. Now, premature ejaculation and all of the issues that come with it can absolutely ruin a relationship, but it doesn't have to, because there are solutions and ways to overcome performance anxiety once and for all. So if you're a man who's currently experiencing premature ejaculation and is looking for support to solve this problem, click the link below in the description to get my free training on how you can last as long as you want in the bedroom and pleasure any woman in ways she'll never forget. Now, I hope this video was of value to you, and if it was, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment below. Have you ever had a relationship end due to problems with premature ejaculation? What was your experience? I would love to hear from you in the comment section below, and please feel free to suggest topics for new videos. I'm Alex Grendy from Superior Lovers, and I'll see you around.